I go by Psyche, and I am a Palutena main, and I also co-main Robin. I would recommend, and I've been down this road before. I would definitely recommend, playing the whole roster. Play with your friends, play friendlies. Maybe even at tournaments. If you just want to go all out. But just if you get a feel for a character and if you like the character, I would definitely go for it. I don't really recommend, people in Character Crisis that are like, oh, I have to main a top tier, I have to win. Because it's not going to be good in the long run. Because you don't feel the character, maybe you don't have as much fun as you would choosing, let's say, a lower tier. Yeah, like with Palutena, I have good tournament results, and I love Palutena. Her frame data is kind of iffy, but I have fun with her, and that's the main thing. Same thing with Robin. It's really fun. But yeah, I would recommend just trying a whole bunch of characters first, and see who catches your eye, pretty much.
I'm Cashew. I mean Mewtwo. Honestly, I'd just say find someone who you have the most fun playing. Like realistically, if they're a bad character, it doesn't matter. You can make a bad character good. Almost every single character in this game is completely viable. That's the thing about it. I used to play Charizard and Jigglypuff, and I never had more fun. And then I saw Mewtwo came out, and I'm like, Pokemon. I'm like, this is my boy. I gotta play him. And so I picked him up, and he's the most fun character I've ever played. And I'm like, I gotta stick with it. And then he got buffed, and I'm like, all right, I'll just stick with it now. I'll roll with it. Why not? Honestly, I just say stick to your guns. Pick someone who you have the most fun with, and you can't really go wrong. I say definitely have multiple characters though. Don't stick with one. Mess around with other characters. Dedicate a little bit of time to one, and then have a couple mess around characters to just kind of cool off with. But just have fun, really, honestly.
So my tag's Sassy, and I main Rob. I will say I've always mained Rob. I did go through a secondary crisis because Rob just doesn't quite cut it at the top level. And for a long time I struggled with it because I wanted to play characters I wanted to play. I'm kind of a character loyalist type player. A lot of other fighting games, I'll play characters regardless of how good they are or how well I do with them even. All I can say is, first just, look at your matchups. Everybody gives us advice and be like, what character that I enjoy at least covers one or two of these matchups. You know what I mean? Start there. Game & Watch is my secondary. I rarely end up pulling him out. He's more of a, pocket trump card. If they don't know how to handle him, I can do it. And just maybe Theorycraft, you can play an undeveloped character like Game & Watch, and maybe people don't know, oh, you're struggling with Fox. If you develop that character's meta on your own and play him as an anti-Fox character, it might work. I tried doing that. It didn't quite work, but I was making progress. And you can do this with all kinds of characters, especially if your character, if you don't want to main, secondary or main a top tier, just focus on a character that you like and be like, is there a niche for him? And I was convinced there was a niche for Game & Watch. He's almost there, but I don't know if that helps anybody, but that's just kind of how I thought about it. So you can go for top tiers, do whatever you want, but for the players that want to be loyal, just think about it. Theorycraft, however you approach the game, or learn how to theorycraft. Try to understand. What kind of game does Duck Hunt play? Oh, well, this works against these top tier characters. Maybe I should work on that. Really work at dominating that matchup, and then from there be like, oh, I can't beat Zero Suit. Maybe I should start another character. But really, if you like a character and really want to play him, yeah, that's an option. Not the only option, is what I'm trying to say.
I go by Shigs, and I main both Cloud and Marth. As someone who has been through that, I would say, first off, try out a lot of characters. Obviously that's step one for who, if you're going through a character crisis, and just you need to find that character that kind of clicks, that you feel, oh, I understand how this character works. Because, for example, I remember there was a time where I kind of forced myself to main a top tier. Back then, a top tier. For example, back then I actually used to main Luigi and Ness, and they were good, they were comfortable. But I mean, like I kind of felt like I just played them because they were top tier and kind of let's just say they were brain dead. And it felt good to be winning, but at the same time, it didn't exactly feel like they were there. So like when patch 1.1.1 came and Luigi got nerfed, Luigi just didn't feel like that character anymore. It just had that magic of that's my character is gone. And so later on, after they got nerfed, I mained Marth, and Marth felt a lot more smoother to me because to me it felt he just clicked to me. I understood how the guy worked. I understand that, you know, patient play is important and that he needed what he needed to do to win and everything. And so I just stuck with him for a little while. But at the same time, it also still didn't feel right. So then later, Cloud came out, and I mained him for a while, and he just felt correct. For example, he had the range, he had the power, he felt good. Felt good. You need a character that you feel good with. Not everyone's gonna feel like they're good with a top tier. Not everyone's gonna feel like they're good with a low tier. It just really depends on. It's just a feeling, you know. It's just a feeling.
My name is Professor Cube. I main Diddy Kong. What I'd give is that Smash Bros is one of those fighting games to where like your personality can show so much more than other fighting games. Like you don't have to play the same as anybody else. Like the way how I play Diddy Kong, I really don't use banana much at all. Like I'm going like into your face. You can play so many different ways with so many different characters. Like characters that are generally known to be like defensive, like Villager. Like you can go in with Villager like Renai, and so like he does that. He goes in and like you be you in this game because you can actually do that. In other fighting games, it's like Street Fighters, like there's set combos, you do those every time, and it's like Street Fighter, and like in this game, you can make your own combos. Like sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Like you just have to go in, you know?
My tag is Hockey, and at this point, I think I dual main both Lucas and Mewtwo. If you're going through a character crisis, you gotta understand why you're going through a character crisis. If it's like you're not having fun with the character you play, or if you just want to have better results. So if you're having a character crisis, you gotta understand why you're having that character crisis and choose a character that you have fun with and that can accomplish those goals. So if you're not having fun with Samus, then because you're losing, then try picking a top tier and see if you're having as much fun as you are with them. Or if you just don't like I've had both end of the spectrums where I played Samus, but I really wanted to win, so I had to drop Samus, and I didn't pick a top tier, essentially. I just picked up Lucas, and he was really fun, and he's a lot better than Samus, so I picked up Lucas, and it worked out great. And on the other side of the spectrum, I used to play Corrin, too, and Corrin got me results, but she just was not fun. I found her very boring. Like, she had no incredible mix-ups. She wasn't super flashy. It was just throw out aerials. So I found her very boring. So I completely dropped her. She got me results and everything, but if I'm not having fun with the characters I play, I don't choose them. So you got to understand why you're having the character crisis, and choose a character that solves those issues.